Hello guys, and welcome back to another daily tips and predictions video. How you all doing? I hope your Saturday bets all went really well. As you can see on the screen here, this is one of the many bets that I managed to land on Saturday with the Newcastle v Southampton game. Got Carl Darlow to get booked, £10 return was £120, and then the other bet I was on was the bet builder, Southampton Newcastle game, Real Madrid, and the Fulham v West Ham game. That was a nice little bit of money as well. So if you want to make sure that you have about these bets, if you want to have the chance to get on them, make sure you follow me at the Tipster Boy over on Twitter. I'm gonna put a link in my description down below. That's where I tweet out all the bets that I'm on. So make sure that you follow me. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video for some good luck for your bets on Sunday. But yeah, let's not waste time. Let's get into the daily tips and predictions video for today. So as you can see on your screen right now, I've got 9 games that I've selected. I've done quite a bit of research on them, and once again I found some good value bets for them. The first game is Wolves v Leicester in the Premier League, and this one's looking like a bit of a sweet one. I must say. Obviously both Leicester and Wolves. Leicester being on quite a good run themselves. Obviously, they did get that loss against Leeds, but Wolves won against Arsenal. They're gonna be full of confidence. And when we look at their head-to-head stats as well, there's not really much there to see. It's obviously a win by Leicester, draw, then another draw. I think in the also when we look at the standings, Leicester are way much higher up than Wolves. But I feel like what the sensible bet for this game is going to be Leicester draw no bet. I feel like it's quite safe. Their value is good, and I think that Leicester are having Vardy now back as well, so they're gonna be extra strong, and I think they'll be ready to go. So the game that I want to have a look for bet number 2 is Liverpool v Man City. And if you look obviously at the standings, they're obviously Man City being the top, Liverpool being the 4th. But the thing that's really important for this game is here. Obviously Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk, Keita, they're all out. Obviously Fabinho, Mane are questionable as well. I know they're probably going to have to end up playing Henderson back at centre back, so that's going to be a big loss for them defensively. Obviously it's not as good as Van Dijk or anyone that plays there for Liverpool. And so I feel like Man City do have a really good shot at them. Obviously when we look at the head-to-head stats, it's a bit a draw here. Man City win. It's a bit like just Leicester games all over the place. You can't really see a clear winner, but Man City have been on a really good run. I think it's on like 8, more than near 10 games unbeaten. I feel like they're not going to lose today, and I feel like the bet here is to Man City draw no bet once again. Obviously if you want to take a bit of lower odds but have a bigger chance of making a bit of money, go with Man City double chance. But for me it's going to be Man City draw no bet. And now let's not waste time and let's get into bet number 3. Now, as we move over to France, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go over goals bet. And so, as you can see in the last 3 games between these two teams, there's been 2 goals or more in every single game. So this one had 3 goals. This is the last 0-0 that they hadn't. So for this bit, we're going to be quite safe, but the odds are quite good. So we're going to go with over 1.5 goals. I feel like it's one of quite comfortable bets, and I think it should easily come in based on the head-to-head stats from the past. Now, the other game that I want to have a look into in League 1 is Nantes v Lille. And also from the standings, you can see Lille are doing really well. They're second, only a point behind with a game in hand on Lyon. Obviously, Nantes is sitting in the relegation zone for them, so it's going to be really important to win. But if you also look at the head-to-head stat, you can see that Lyon have not only been on a really good run, but they've actually unbeaten in the last 5 games against Nantes, winning all 5 of them. So I feel like there's a clear bet here. I think Lille to win. At the odds of 1.8, it's a steal, and I feel like you'll be silly not to get onto that. But yeah, let's move on to the next bet. So for the next bet, we move on to over in Italy for Benevento v Sampdoria. And for this one, we're going to go with a cards and the goals bet. If you look at the games in the past, you will be able to see that both teams do love a card. You can see here, and they do love a goal against each other as well. So I feel like for this game, pretty straightforward. It's going to be over 0 cards for both teams. So go with over 0 cards for Benevento and over 0 cards for Sampdoria. I'll show you the bet slip how I usually do in the description down below. And it's going to be over 1 goal in the game as well. So 2 games or more and 1 yellow card at least for each team. Now the other game in Serie that I want to have a look into is Parma v Bologna, and this one's interesting because the referee here, he loves a yellow card, and if you look at the standings as well, they are both at the bottom for both teams. Is essential to win this game, so I feel it's gonna be quite rough, quite rowdy, and I feel like for the suitable game for this game is over 1 cards for both teams. So both Bologna and Parma get at least 1 yellow card each. But yeah, as I said, I'll show you the bet slip right at the end of the video. Now we're going to be taking our bets over to La Liga over in Spain, and for this one we're going to go to Osasuna v Eibar. And as you can see from the head-to-head stats here, they have not been liking a goal in this fixture. The last time they scored more than 2 goals is 2017, which was more than 4 years ago now. So I think there's only one suitable for this one, is that is under 2.5 goals. Obviously, if you're not comfortable with that, feel free to go with under 3.5. But as you can see from the previous games as well, this team, unless they're playing on someone who's as good as them or as bad as them, it doesn't really end up in many goals here. You can see the last 2 games here, same thing applies here as well. I don't feel like there's gonna be many games in it, so yeah, I feel like under 2.5 goals is a really sensible bet to go in with this game. Now the last game that I'll have a look into in Spain is Betis v Barcelona, and if we look at the head-to-heads, you can see how crazy the head-to-heads have been. There's been 7-5, 7-5, 7 goals again. It's a bit like a trend here, isn't it? And so for this one, it's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be over 2.5 goals. The odds are okay for it. If you want to spice it up, we'll go with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. But I think over 2.5 goals is a safe bet. The odds are good enough for it, and I feel like it should definitely land. Now the last game I want to look into is Braga v Porto. From the standings, you see obviously both teams are in and around the top area, only 3 points separating them. And when we look at the head-to-head stats as well, in their last 2 games, both teams have scored. Also, there's only been 1 game here where both teams didn't score, and I feel like both teams being on a quite good form, it's only one bet here, and that is going to be both teams to score. The odds are nice and high. It's a solid bet once again. And let's not waste time, and let's get straight into the bet slip, and I'll show you what the bet slip is actually looking like. So as you can see on your screens, that is what the bet slip is looking like. Got Leicester, Man City both draw, no bet. Over 1.5 goals in Nice v Angers, little win. Then we've got this 2 squad builders here for the Serie A games, and the unders and overs game in La Liga. And to finish off, we've got the both teams to score in the Portuguese league game. A total of that at £10, that would turn just under £600, which is incredible. But as I always say, don't bet on this as a 9-fold. Pick 2 or 3 games that you like. Maybe there's another game that I didn't get into the accumulator. I feel like you have a really good chance to win. But yeah, make sure you comment down what selections you're going to be picking. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new here for the good luck for your bets. Otherwise, I hope you have a successful day betting, and let me know how you get on. But yeah, for now, I'm done, and I'll see you later for another episode. Bye bye.